Hey, how's it going? I'm just going to check my volumes, make sure that the actual music isn't too loud. Probably is, so I'm going to turn that right way down. And probably just get into today's stream. I just thought I'd jump on stream and become accountable for releasing a product. Something which I've been working on for quite a while. A tracklist website. Some of you would know what I've been working on. I talk about it a lot. But I'm working on version 4 of it. You've probably seen on previous streams. Last time I was working on one little bug of it, and that was a couple of weeks ago. So today I'm going to continue on with that. Feel free to ask me questions in the chat. I'm streaming live on Twitch, YouTube again, Facebook, and Periscope. So let's see how this goes. It'll be interesting. Also, I've got like loads of things set up, and it's quite interesting setup. So if you go to my Twitch channel, you'll be able to see what I've got configured here to kind of follow along. But I thought I'd just jump right into what I'm working on, and we'll work through this together. It might be over a couple of weeks and slow progress, but feel free to dip in and out as much as you like. Also, what do you think of this? I got a pretty cool setup, so I'm feeling comfortable. I'm going to calm myself down into this and just see what we got going on. So let's see. There we go. Switched on to a program. Do let me know if there's any problems. I'll try and respond to them in chat or just ping me personally. I know we got some of my friends, Lee. He's kind of tuned in, probably just to go mate at me. But hello, my friends. My washing's done. Cool. So, if you've not checked out what I do, I run this website, selectiontracklists.com. Each week I publish it each week when a new episode has come out on SoundCloud. This show is broadcast on Apple Music One, so it gets a lot of followers, and this particular website gets about 10,000, 11,000 visitors each and every month, which is pretty cool. And I do this off my own back. I don't get paid from the guys. I don't get any, like, except from a few t-shirts. I would have put one on, actually. Should have put one on. Maybe next time. And this has been working for quite a while, this site. And I like it. It's very functional. You go into a page and you can find out information about a track and go and like it and buy it and stream it and all that good things. But I want version 4 of this. And a while ago, a friend who emailed me saying, "Hey, I want to work on some designs for the selection tracklist. It's okay. I want to do it for my portfolio, so you're free to use them." And I thought, cool, this is an opportunity to kind of get some new ideas going on. And I should have prepared that, but I'll dig into those in a minute. With a new version, it's always like good to open up a new project, try like sharpen new skills. This particular website is built on Hugo, which one of my friends put me onto, and I want to try something different because I think I've reached the capacity of what this site can do. So I'm going to give Nuxt.js, equivalent to Next.js. It's a kind of server-side and client-side renderer, so I can enhance the functionalities and features on this site. So yeah, this is what I've got to work with. This is the current live site, selectiontracklist.com. But initially, I kind of think, while I'm just kind of talking and seeing how you guys are doing, I'm going to quickly go on and do some of the administration for this site. So this here is one of my administration panels. You can see all my different pages, and I went and listened to the show on Sunday, which is broadcast on Saturday, and I go and get all those tracks. And each week I had to go and do this task, which is just going through each one of them. I've got it automatically running background, so I can quickly identify what the track names are. But Thank You by Blake White, I need to try and figure which one is the correct one, and that's not matching up. So it's just like a game of spot the difference, which is it only takes a few minutes of new tracks which have been played. I try and link them up. This is what is basically gets all the data. I think, yeah, that's the one. YouTube here, yeah, JL cover, and it's quite I tried automating this once before, but you can see sometimes the track names are all different. One of my friends says my Mac Audio's died, need a reboot. Oh, my friend is rebooting. I think the stream is okay. Let's have a little listen to my own self on one of the streams. No, with these live. Yeah, that's working fine. As I can't really check how I'm going out, I need to rely on you guys to make sure that it's all good. But where was I? I was just cracking through this. I got a little keybind, you know, like the Control S to kind of quickly save that page. I've got 5 beats a day. Don't worry, we'll get into some code in a bit, but I thought I'd kind of like see what each and every week for me on this project looks like when I'm not actually trying to cut some code. And just kind of chat and talk. Did I miss one out? Oh, I probably did. This is a test of can someone talk and do things at the same sort of time and chill and settle into it. And I think this is quite an interesting exercise. So you know, my friends helped me out this week. I had like a big event. I had a big interview with a big company. They didn't get any far with it, but it was an experience to check out what a big company is like to interview for a new job role, because I am actually looking for something interesting to work on, and I thought give it a try. And my friend really helped me out by giving me a mock interview. He works at a pretty cool project in Hamburg. It's like a last mile delivery service, and he basically spends most of his days fighting with Ruby on Rails. And I know Ruby on Rails. This project I do have a little tiny bit of Rails in there. I only have to use it whenever there's a big change, or I need to use some tools which I've written years ago to make some file changes. So fortunately, I can stick away from that. I'm just saying, no, I don't think that's the right track. And he took some time out of his day to give me some mock interviews, some feedback. And I thought, well, since I didn't get progress further on from that interview, I thought I'd just jump on the stream and like spend this time kind of coding and like kind of talking at the same time, and see if I can. I think this Knox knowledge, they're the same peoples, and I can probably link to that one. Yeah, I'll go with that one. And just kind of like show a process of building an application through time, chatting about it for kind of archival purposes, because most of the code which I do, nobody really sees, so you'll get a feel of how good or bad my code is, and the things which I do on a daily basis. I can go with that one. And unfortunately, I can't play any of these tracks, or most of these tracks from the show, mostly because of digital rights management. My channel would get copyright bans, and I want to avoid that early on. So I'm using like a Spotify playlist. Come on over here. Nope, it's not having it. No. It's because I'm on a separate window. Here we go. Spotify playlist by Epidemic Sound, and I use Epidemic Sound, which is linked to most of my accounts, to make sure that the music I play on stream, I got licenses to play for. Music industry is so weird like that. But yeah, I have this playlist just going on just because it's better to have a little bit of something whenever I go a bit quiet there to keep me calm and entertain you guys. So, I'm stuck with this one. Latina Alberto, Trouble. Where are we at? I don't think we got this one. Unless it's just like a... Nope, let's go next. Skip that one. This should be fine soon. It's not even done in alphabetical order. It's done in order of when the track was played on the show. And this week's show was Jael. He took over this week, so I need to do a little bit of a change to the core resource for this week before shipping it later on this week. Which one is it? Kimitsy's. Let's crack on. I'm the man. So I'm hoping that we get to near the end, because sometimes some of the tracks get repeated on the show, but if there's a show where there's a whole bunch of new tracks, it may take a little while. And then what I intend, I'll go back over to the show, and like, this is a new version. It looks very plain at the moment, and I've got some placeholders of parts of shows. Like, we have a J-Rock show, and if you checked out the previous stream I did a month ago, I was working on this like play button where you can play the show, and I can't mute this, but if I can't even fast forward it. But if I click on these track times, while playing, it changes the track titles, which I was looking for. That is exactly what I needed to do. And today I kind of want to finish off some of the flows of this, like this index page, make it look nice. I need to dig out the design, but I thought I'd quickly, while I'm here, show some of this back end stuff, which is just my administration, which I have to do every week. How are we doing for you guys? Well, I've got a couple of people watching, which is interesting. I'm not going to look at the numbers. I'm going to just kind of keep doing my thing and keep talking as I'm doing it, and see how interesting it is. But you don't have to stick around. This is going to be like 2 hours of me doing a bit of admin and trying to do a little bit of code, and then I'll schedule up another stream. I'm going to try and do this weekly. I'm going to like committing to getting this done before Christmas. Well, shipped by New Year is my first aim, and because the show is currently on show number, I'm currently doing show 477. Show 500 is scheduled somewhere around March 2021. So I need to get. I want to get the new version 4, done and released by either New Year's or by show 500, because a big turning point. So I can contact the show owners that we have a new version. Actually, I did get a text. Oh, hi Nick. How you doing? I've not heard from you for a while. I think I jumped into one of your streams when you was doing some house DJ sets, but Facebook didn't like to restream those. So yeah, Nice to see you on here. I have. Let's make sure that this is fine. It was Jokei's birthday. Who's the show owner? Who? Well, he's not show owner. He's a co-founder of Soul Action, and he was his birthday a couple of days ago on the 12th. So I sent him a happy birthday. And what we've got here, I let him know that I'm working on a new version, and he says, yeah, let's get a site enhancement for sure. It's overdue. So he knows about it now. I'm committed into doing it. So we're going to continue cracking on and, well, first of all, get this administration done for that. I kind of... sometimes I think about like doing these streams where I'll bust out the turntables. Let me just one sec. Let's see. Bust out like this big boy, which is a mixer, and the turntables, which I'm absolutely not going to try and hold up. Bust out them and do just a DJ stream, but like they can't be recorded because, of course, like the copyright will avoid. But I can do them live, but I don't know when to do one of those because whenever I get the feeling of want to do one, I just kind of sit on a couch and not do it. But if you fancy it, one time I can schedule it up and see what I got going on. It'd be fun to see how my skills are these days. I think they're terrible, and I reached out to the guys on Discord. Oh yes, I'm at the ends. So. So this is what the administration panel does. I'll come back to that Discord thing. This is what the administration panel does. Once I've completed matching all those tracks, I have this button here, which is a slow Lambda action for some of you code out there, which when I click this, it will trigger up a GitHub commit and then push that as a pull request, and then I think it merges that pull request automatically into master for me. So commit to site, and that whole process will trigger the website to redeploy itself automatically as well through some actions. It takes about 25 minutes to deploy because there's over 14,000, 15,000 maybe pages which it generates. And let's go and see that action now in play. So github.com, my name, search in track lists. So there's my commit a few seconds ago, and this is what was sent through. All this is fine and a show. So these are the source files for it. This is what I just changed. What did I do here? I think I added on the episode it was played on for 477. This is a new one, Rock the Boat by Aaliyah, DJ Kwamazi, Al Pacino mix. I think that was a good one. Oh yeah, it was actually a good one. And we found that. So let's just type back here. Wave. Yeah, so this is a commit, and it's committed to the site. Now that that's gone into master automatically, in actions, it's going to deploy, and off it goes. I don't really like digging into watching the deploy go, because when it does go and deploy, it can take 6 minutes to deploy when I'm not observing, or like 13 minutes, or even 20 odd minutes when I am observing, because it's having to do a lot more work. So I'll just leave it to it, and nothing really happens on the selection website. Like any of that new data, those pages do get created, but there's no links to them. and this episode doesn't exist yet. So if you go to the site, the episode 477 just doesn't exist yet. I'm gonna come back because that might be good for people with epilepsy. But back to our Discord. Forgotten what I was going about then. Oh, the community. Anyway, there's a selection Discord community, which I jump into every week, and we listen to the show all together. And I have an automated task, which I kind of like rebroadcast the show from Apple to Discord so everyone can hear it in real time, and I put in the track names as they are broadcast then as well. So we're going to get into some code now. I want to do version 4 of this, and I'm going to open up my email client in and quickly move it over to wherever it's gone. Yeah, that's cheesy, isn't it? You like that, don't you? I don't know where it's gone, and I don't want to, of course, show off all my emails, so I'm just quickly moving it off the screen before I put back onto the broadcast. So, oh, I went one too far. I want to find that email. I have a friend who sent me some designs, and I need to search for email each time. His name's called Dorian Romeo. This guy, and he's taken time over the last year or so to design some designs for the site. So he's actually really into selection, like selection listeners survey, which and he's sent me over some Figma designs. Let's have a look. I'm trying to see. We've been exchanging loads of emails. Is that the right link? Figma. Here we go. So I think I've got most of this design done. Thanks, Spark. Let's reopen. So this is a design sent it through responsive, and I think I've already done this. It's been a while since it's been on the project. So we're going to go into, this is a track page, so you can see you've got the track artist, name and artist, and you can see the links you can listen to, and then the grayed out ones, which I've not been able to find the data for, so you can do a search, and then the episodes that track appears on. So we're going to go into this testing track, which I've been working on, and just verify that I've got the design nailed down mostly. So yeah, we've got Amazon Music, Apple Music, Audio Mac, Ordinius, Bandcamp, Last.fm if they do music, SoundCloud, YouTube, Beatport. I need to get the icons for Beatport. And you can do like searches on Bing, Go, Google. They're all alphabetically ordered as well. I didn't want to. I don't think I might jig around some of the ordering of them, because I get Apple Music and Amazon Music. I think it's only those two. I can get a kickback if someone buys music through those. I get a little like a thank you affiliate from those services. It doesn't cost the visitors anymore. It's just like I've marketed that track, and someone's gone and purchased it, so it goes on to that, and it's very minuscule. Amazon, I've not even got a payout for them yet. Apple, I probably got in the last 4 years £11, so it's not a great, but it's a little something. And you can see on On the stats selection, I've got a little tiny link down here of how much this site has generated over time. So we have people who have donated through coffee. So they've just bought me a coffee, like £3 or more. People who are supported on Patreon, which I love those guys. They pay like a couple dollars a month just to keep the site going. And then I check in each month for Amazon and Apple to see their responses. And I have a little bit of administration to do September. So these update September's on this listing. I don't think much happened on September. I think I might have lost a Patreon or something like that. I should send a message out to more, like get some stickers out to those guys, and just kind of as a thank you. But I've not yet got authorization to print these logos. So these are some of the stickers. Let's make sure I've got the right. These are some of the stickers which the stream which the show does, and it would be great if I could send those out. But yeah, this is the analytics. Where were we going to go? Oh, we were just checking the design, and we're looking pretty good, except from the footer. And there's a new feature. You can see this player which I've added in, which is not from our designer. I've added that in, so that's why it looks a bit. Yeah, I kind of want it to imitate SoundCloud's player, but like I got a little bit of design to do there. So I'm happy with that design. Let's go back to that email and see if we can find any more flows. The artist on Figma. It's like just loads of links all over emails. What have we got here? This is a episode. Oh, this is a home page. Shall we do the home page? Because at the moment, the home page is just this. Shall we see how far we can get on the home page today? So we need to add in the latest episode, which has happened, with a play button which opens up at the bottom, and I kind of guess I would like it to navigate to the episode so you can see the track list as it's playing too. This recent news area is what you can see up here. This Sango artwork, which is Selection Records released every so often, and I want to showcase this work. The artwork and where people can purchase and those tracks from. So that's what this latest news is. Also, today I might actually be clashing with the stream. Selection are taking over a stream. I forget which one it is. Serato. Their DJs are taking over Serato's Twitch stream today. So I don't know what time that will be in the UK time. Let's quickly check on Discord, because they published it early this week. Off guard. So they're doing Selection Serato sessions, doing it weekly. It starts 12 PST to GMT. Let's see when they actually aim to start. So they start in half an hour. So feel free to jump on over to that stream if you want, or stick with me and do some code. I can't play the music or listen really to it because it would have a clash. But they're taking over Serato's channel and they do a DJ set, which is pretty cool. But we'll continue on. So yeah, I could put on a news a way to showcase like streams and releases of records and anything else which happens with Selection. Try and give them access, to give them the keys to manage the site, because it gets quite a bit of traffic. And then we have other episodes, and we're playing with the name of like just rename them track lists. We have data like what city they were in. So sometimes they come over to Portugal, for example, and broadcast from there, or London. So I could have that information. I do have some of that information of which country, but not which city. And I have information of like when the show is taken over. So to this week's episode is a takeover. That episode there, that one, it was a really good episode on July 11th this year. J-Rob Trash Volume 4. Really good episode. If you do get a chance, go and listen to that. It's really, really good. So each episode can be completely taken over, but majority of them are just hosted by Joe K, or they may have I need to fix that one. That's a takeover show. I need to I put in how many sets, so you can see here featuring a special guest from LA producer Pandy on this one. So you can see Joe K's session, and then further down Pandy's session. It splits up into that. So there's a lot of data going on here, and I'm only touching the surface of what I could really do with this. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. What are we doing? Right, so I have the project open here, which is the serving that. I'm going to stash some things. Let's open up the corner. And this page was the index. So we've got... I'm going to hide this panel. This page... This is using Nuxt, and I need to refamiliarize myself. So it's going to be painful for me as much as it is going to be for you, but we'll get there. Here we go. This is looking like something. There is no kind of static content or written content to put in here, but I can reserve the right of this this content in case there's like a big announcement in text form I want to write, like I'm going on holiday. Uploads will be delayed one week. I've done that before. If I open up the actual live site, I can show you where I've done that. There's a lot of data in here, so it sometimes struggles to open on anything. If you close up this folder, which is the content folder, we'll be fine. And with this is a Hugo. If you never come across Hugo is gohugo.io. Really, really cool framework for building websites. It's a site generator, so all I do is run one command, and within about 40 seconds, because I've reached some limits, it will build 14,000 HTML pages with dynamic links all the way through, which is the selection site. And then I just have to upload all those HTML files to an S3 bucket or Firestore, and they're served from there. It's great. I really love it. It's great, but I think I've reached a limitation of the framework, and that's why I'm working through these new things. But I want to keep the same data structure of this content, which is episodes and artists, and read through these, and lo and behold, I have a subset of that data which is in the same format on the new version 4. And I wanted to show the time when I have gone on holiday, which is going to be rare because of this year, you know. We're going into themes, going to selection theme, the base of, and base off HTML. And I put in these like time blocks of when to display something and switch it off. And I don't actually... Did I have one? You got Joe K, Sango, City Girl, Boiler Room, Joe K Experience. I must have removed it. It was in here. There was a I've gone on holiday, we'll be back soon. Sometimes even put it into the config, which is interesting. Config.yaml. Vacation message. Sorry for the delay. This track list will not be uploaded until a certain time. You can, and then a shameless plug. You can find out where I am, and There we go. Yeah, there's a message which will display on any episode which hasn't been uploaded yet. So yeah, I do sometimes have to put in a message that I'm not able to do the work, and I would like. It's at the moment the processes make it difficult to yield it off to anyone else. We can figure it out, but I don't need to worry about this data, this page. Let's go to what will this page look like. What did we only have the flow for mobile, so I had to interpret what this might look like in a desktop view, because I don't think he sent me through. Apologies. Discard, this is the correct one. Let's have another look at the links, the designs. Don't forget to keep hydrated, guys. There we go. That looks more like a desktop, and I can work around those responsive layouts. So for the artist, listeners, and discovery sounds and type of sounds, go to track list. I like that. That's very nice. Thank you. Let's see. Where would I start? Seems I got the header pretty much already going. My next point of call, I guess, would be pull out the latest episode, artwork, show name, and the player. So let's go ahead and do that. I need to also again refamiliarize myself with how this works. Layouts, was it in there? Nope. Okay, so this is what most default pages are, and then we have the Nooks page. Just doing that. I'm sure I had another page which is for which handled the here we go, pages. It's right in front of me. Pages, episodes, and this index up view. If I write something here, hello world, or hello Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If I write that in there, allow a page. You can see down in the bottom corner, which is underneath my head, we have an error. Yes, we did something. Let's do some shotgun things to see what we did. There we go. With Vue.js, within your template, you have to have a root node. So you can see here, that's one node, and this is a text node, which is two nodes, and it doesn't really like it when you do that. So I need to wrap that around. So now we've nested these two things in one single node, a div which contains the content and the text node. So we saved that, refresh the page. We now have hello Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and Periscope. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, cool. And I save this. Boom. Cool. I'm really happy with that. We now know where we are to start off with. Cool. I was just making sure. I use a different computer for my stream. Otherwise, it would overload my main development machine, and I don't want that to happen. So I've got a TeamViewer instance over to that just to make sure that the broadcast is looking okay, and that's how I do the switching. Cool. So with this, I'm thinking we'll have a initial div. We'll call it hero because that's what it uses, and this div will have inside it, which will be the tagline with a link in there. Go to track list, and then below that is the new track list. And if I'm right, we don't show the tagline on the mobile. But I think it would be ideal to show it there. So we'll show the tagline before that. And I think we did get a few different designs for the homepage, but we settled on this design. So cool, let's go ahead and write that hero. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to comment out this for now because I don't need it. And for now, while we're experimenting out with this, I'm going to just crack on with doing it in one template. But ideally, yes, you will split it out into different components. But we're experimenting at the moment, so I'm gonna just kind of keep it here and see what it does. This is going to be the hero, and we then have this is going to be a 50-50 column. So again, I'm going to do a 2. I'm using Emmet, which does this cool thing. Div, you can see Emmet abbreviation, and if I do div times 2 and enter, guess what it's going to do? Give me 2 divs. It's a really cool plugin. Saves me loads of time. I've been using it for like a decade. It's really, really cool. You can install it on most like editors, including Vim. I have used it on Vim back in the days when I used to be a Vim editor, but I can't be that verbose anymore. It's I like a little bit of flexibility, and my Vim tools got slow over time. I'm gonna put in a p tag, which is I'm gonna 40. Can I copy this? There's no edit options. Maybe if I log in, I can do that. For the artists, I'm gonna put line breaks on that because I want to retain. I like it for the artists, listeners, and discovery of timeless sounds. I love that statement. And discovery. I'm going to put a line break there. BR is break of timeless sounds. Ooh. So we've got our link there. We want to put in a hyperlink to the episodes. So go to track list. Can I either have it scroll on down in the page or link it to the all track lists, which I think I'll just go with that link to all track lists. Forgotten if there's a Nuxt link. Let's have a look, see. Yeah, there is. There is a Nuxt link which we can use to link a piece of content to the right route, and it will expand it out. So we'll use that. Expand that to, and we're going to episodes. I'm not yet, because a lot of the shows have been linked to a certain URL. I don't want to start playing with that. Episode shows, track lists, or abbreviating that. I'm going to keep the URLs as they always have been. But I can, because I own the site, I have full free reign. I'm not tied to do anything, or be stuck with doing features which I don't like. Fortunately, I've not been asked to do anything yet, which isn't within where I want to take the site. So I'm fine with that. I've got full free reign, and that's great to have a project which I can just really be passionate about and cool, and do what I like. Of course, within reason. I don't want to annoy the community with doing something really stupid. That'd be intensive of me, and it's not within. I wouldn't want to do that. Take advantage of the community. I get so much love and appreciation when I jump into the Discord channel and do the weekly restream and put up the the current playing track as everyone else listening to it. 40 of us listening, having a listening party, sharing gifs and messages about what we're listening to, how we're feeling. That's kind of like a what do you say? It's meditation. It's mindful. You're being present and you're hanging out. But in today's like landscape and how we can't really hang out with people because of the given, what we all know. But hanging out with people on Discord and when you're playing video games or in real time listening to real music, it really like gives you purpose and makes you feel like you're somebody and you're somewhere. So yeah, I enjoy doing that each week. Where was I? I'm gonna put in that new track list title, and it's a heading. And go with heading 3-ish. It's more like a heading 1. In Semitic HTML, when you think of SEO, it can work out actually. When you're doing Google search engine results, and they're not the best at doing search engine optimization, but what I understand is you'd have, say, like a title which can forever change, so it keeps your Google search results fresh. So I'm almost thinking of wrapping the new track list, show 463, in one head element, which gets indexed as such if that is a key point of the page, while having sub tags in there, which is highlighting each part individually, so I can style them individually. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, and I'm gonna keep it written in a form. So I'm gonna put those onto new lines. Span. And I'm going to put another span. I'm just using a span because they are throwaway like elements. They just span the text or the small thing which you want them to style, and you can just make it all you like. While div is a defining block. I may have the true definitions of those wrong, but that's how I interpret them. The span is it's a smaller bit of information which you want to deal with. And this, we need to fetch the latest episode. Yeah, so we need to bring into existence on Nuxt what the latest episode is, and then we'll have a list of episodes down below. And we've done that here on our episodes page, where we've had to go to the page, fetch the index, and we've gone to each bit of content inside of the episodes, sorted by date, descending, so you got the latest one first, fetch that data, and then return it to the page. So that's what this line is here doing. Let's make it a bit bigger. Is that okay? Is that the right size? Someone holler if the text is too small on stream. But I'll keep it as is because that is a bit too big for me. And we expose that variable to the page where we can do a loop. V4 each episode in episodes array. And we put a key because each of these elements need to have uniquely identified, referenced in the virtual DOM node tree. And we're using the slug, which is uniquely, each slug is the episode number, so it's uniquely done by that. And then we're just putting in a link to that path of the page with the title. So we want to do something like this. I'm going to bring this over here, but we're not going to get all the episodes yet. Well, looking at the design, we do have the episodes, but I have a feeling that might be ideal to have it as a separate component, which is shared between the episodes page and this page, because we've got all this functionality along the side to limit the show by which service it was broadcast on, if it's got guest appearances, if it's a takeover, so you can start filtering that, and maybe having a page sync data get that compared to a component. I might need to feed that through. Regardless of this, I'll need to get those, and it might be okay for now to do the fetch all and bring that into existence. I've not really tested the performance, but yeah, let's just go with that, and we'll cross that bridge when or if we start seeing some problems. So we'll throw in the episodes, and we've got this new episode, so I'm going to make a little helper which will make things easier, a method or a getter, and this is using the options API still on Nuxt. I know that version 3 of Vue.js changes to a I forgot what it is. It's a different API standard, which is much better to use instead of things being all over the place. But I don't think Nuxt is updated yet. But I will update this project to version 3 Vue when that happens. I'll keep in touch with that. But for now, we're going to use the options API, and it has some computed. Computed is a whole set of getters. So instead of just throw a bit of code in here of how we do things, when you want to get some things like latest episode, instead of like calling a function and getting title each time, I want it to just exist as an object, and I can call these on, and it has a performance benefit, because if I go call this function which could be expensive, get title, and then call this function which is date, expensive each time it does that, compared to already been called ahead of time, we would have a performance improvement there. So that's what we're going to use a computed for. And as you see there, latest episode, and we're going to go into this episode. We're going to get the first episode and return that. Yeah, that's what I want, and I'm going to go up here, throw in some template language, latest episode title. Refresh the page, jump on over to, we'll put this as index 1. Error on line 35. Oh, there's a cool track. I like that. How's that? Oh, I can't hear. I pulled it out, didn't I? It catches you out sometimes when you listen to something and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna see, like, is the stream relatively okay for that? And otherwise, you've just been listening to my voice and there's been nothing interesting. No, it's there in the background, quite enough. Yeah, cool. Where was I? Oh yeah, cool. I was working at this bug on line 35, and it's complaining about this error because we don't know it, and I think we had to bring into existence this error. So we got content something error. I think, was it content parameters? Any of the parameters? We don't even use params in here, do we? No, it's just so when you're doing a sync data, content is all of the files in here brought into existence on the server side. Parameters is anything which is sent through on the URL, including any parts of that URL which you've scoped out, like a section of that to be a name or a episode number. And then there's errors is what you can call to fail that page to a different error code, and that's what we've just forgotten to bring in there. So let's give that a try. it knows. Cool. We got new episodes, and that's the New Year's Day one because episodes is 1st of the 1st versus 2019. Yeah. This episode is newer. New year, new episode, selection all day. And we're using Tailwind CSS in order to style this site. I thought I'd give it a try. I really like it. It saves me having to do a lot of CSS work in or use a UI library and having to work around it or force it to get it to look how I want. This has given me a lot of primitives without having to do a great deal of like CSS work. I do enjoy CSS work sometimes, but as you can see, it's very flexible here. And I'm going to look for like a text decoration. It might be text decoration. I want it to be uppercase text font style. Uppercase. Text transformation. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? Just uppercase that. So I can go over here to this new episode, class, uppercase that, go over to here, and once this is reloaded underneath my face, new episode, and do I want to put in a line break like this? And start making it look like it should. That's could be bold. So again, I think it's font await. It might be semi-bold. Let's go with semi-bold. Oh, see you later, Matt. You got errors to catch all. He's got a bump off. See you later, buddy. It's good having you around. That's looking really good. That like that, and we want that div to throw itself onto the other side, so it's right aligned. So alignment, text right. Text alignment, and of course, I'm relearning this because I haven't really been doing a great deal of interesting things, which have been using this Tailwind, except from this project. My normal day-to-day stuff is just a lot of meetings. Gotta keep it at that. So to use really cool things like Tailwinds, I need to do it at my own time. Cool. So it's refamiliarizing myself with their DSL, how they're writing their code. But you can probably guess most of the things and get it there. I want to start making this bigger. Using font size. This is slightly bigger than this one. They've got a little bit of letter spacing. So say, I think it's trailing. Spacing? Letter spacing. Tracking. And we want it... Which one do you want? Wide or wider? I think we'll go with wide, and we can put an R on the end of there if it's not wide enough. So uppercase, tracking wide. Oh, we're gonna have to put the R on there, guys. Let that load, and boom, that looks pretty cool. We got? It looks almost like it's a lighter font. So font light. Yeah, I'll go with that. Maybe Might be a bit too light, but I'll roll with that for now. And we've got some space in there, and this looks like it's a bit bigger. So I think it's text. Let's go with extra large. Yes. Yes, all the yeses. It just most probably sounds like really weird. Just me going, yes, awesome, that looks really good. Just repeating the things. Again, I'm just gonna pour out some water all over my keyboard. Why not? Just throw some risk in there. Because you always have to keep hydrated. And for me, I don't really speak a great deal, so gone a bit dry in the mouth. See ya later, mate. Oh, it's actually Lee who bumped off. See you, Lee. Matt, you're still here, and thanks for catching the error. My bad, missing constant. I've got like this chat thing which it augments all the chat systems from Twitch and YouTube and Periscope if they have chat on there, and Facebook. So it's pretty cool that you interacting and pointing out my issues and errors, and that's fine. If you're seeing code issues, absolutely fine, because it helps me out if I've completely gone off rails or something. Totally fine with that. We're all friends here. We all want to see a good product. And help each other out, improve each other. So feel free to help each other out in the chat, link up and share some good stories. Again, awesome track. Where was I? Oh right, I've got this width to deal with now. I want to, the one which is going all across the page, and I want it not to do that. So I'm going to jump over to another page. I think I might have dealt with that already. So I'm just going to pretty much copy that. I'm going to bring that over here, close that off, and this index page, this is where all of these happening. So I might be able to get away with like wrapping most of the contents. I think that's the header piece. Let's go with that for now. That might give it put somewhere. Ooh, what happened there? I copied a bit too quick on that. So we've got background of white, and we've got something which is stretching, but we want the content of our full hero. You have to be very, very cautious here, because we have this header piece which is full width, which we want it as the white or kind of pastely background. I'll have to check on the colour of that. So we want that, of course, coloured, and then we have it in a container. So we have to wrap ourselves in a div, which is bringing us our width in. So let's add in a div there and a div there. Let's re-indent this. Oop. And that's what I've done here. Here's one I've done earlier. That's what you do. And I can just, yeah, I like that. Let's see. I want to see what's happening with the alignment. Is it just because it's on two different lines, or have I just overdone it? No, it's two different div lines there. So I want this to flex row items start. Boom, up the top. Yeah? No. Stretch. Let's turn that down a little bit for me. That should be equal. maybe need to class flex grow on both of those, and then they'll try and with flexbox they'll try and compete for equal space, and because none of them has got extra growth, they'll meet in the middle equal. Boom, that's exactly what you want. I think there's a justify which you're going to use there, but I'm okay with that. How's that looking with our design? With our design, we have the pieces of content. Even though this let's make me bigger. Even though the artwork is quite big compared to the title and something, it's got to be like sit in the middle. So you want both of them to be equal, like sitting right in the middle instead of sitting up at the top. You see, so we're going to have to like factor that in. And I think at the moment, because this element is sitting just at the top, we want it to justify itself center. Let's give that a try. I think it might be item center, and just we don't need to put. I don't think we need to put a justification in. That should boop it down. Is it gonna? Boop. Yeah. So as we add in more data to this, so like a artwork, and I've got this artwork header. I don't think I can use that artwork header. I can use the artwork path, but there's some new work which I need to do with that. Let's go over to the components artwork header, and I did this. I don't have a component where it's just dealing with that artwork. It just goes boop straight in there, and I might need to deal with a component to make that a bit easier. Because we've got to deal with this URL as well, and let's go and I could do with making that easier all the way through, because I think, excuse me, I have artwork and stuff down here, you know, through, if we go onto the episode, I display a lot of artwork all over the place. So got this. That's this artwork header. There's that image there, and the whole thing is covered horizontally, so it's all as one component. This header. I want to grab this artwork, just as I have down here. I've done the work down there to save myself having to duplicate that work. And I think on the pages on episode slug, did I just like throw it in there? Yeah, just thrown the in there with this, and it's and with the default artist. But I'm feeling a bit lazy. Okay, artwork. Let's go and do it, and pat myself on the back later on. So go and create the template, and this will be simply the image with its rounded corners, which I have all over the place. Script as what we see here. So I'm going to literally grab that, throw that into here, sort the alignment. We have this artwork URL, so that's going to be a computed artwork URL, and we know that it's going to bring in the path which we want, and the same what we've done with this. We've thrown in a track, and we did this is off stream ages ago. I've completely forgotten what I did. If there's a track and the track has artwork, then we prepend it with our store CDN image path, which is the /images / artist name / tracks / track name .jpg, and it will WebP it. It will change the sizing for us. But for now, I want to steal that, and here I can add in like a width equals 200, and it will change the size for us. For now, like this will just bring back the full size. So I've got that little bit of work. I don't want to throw in the whole track. I just want to throw in if there's an artwork piece, because it will return null. And with this, I can even handle additional, like you see me a moment ago say that we can throw in width. There's like T medium. There's a few special tags I've written on my my image processor, which makes life much easier. And I will deal with that sometime. But for now, I just want to get that rounded image made easier. So we want our path in there. And I'm going to go with props. And we're going to throw in path, which should be a type of string, and it's required. Well, it could be a string, and it could also be undefined, really. So we're not going to make it required. Undefined. Let's throw those two types in there. What is it complaining at? Path. Why is it complaining? Oh, prop path requires default value. So our default will be undefined, and then we can put it in if path if we've got a path, then or else I'm going to return an empty string for now, and it's going to be this path. Otherwise, path doesn't exist. This path. But still, it was more like when on a different time when I was working on this, our slug, when we return back a empty string, then this, wherever it's, this image source will be a blank string. It will try and load a blank string, can't load a blank string, so on error we load a default artist, a default image, so we want it to error out, rightfully so. But we can save ourselves having to error out if we don't have a piece of content there. But I'll leave it as that for now. I'll put a note in here to do to do's in code. It's great. Handle broken image case. I don't have a project management system for this. I might even just use the GitHub management for this, but this is like a kind of premature thing. I kind of want to get something working and flowing for stream, basically, before digging into that. I might even be able to revisit that. So, what did I... Oops. Oh, that's the other. Let's come back out of that. Did I? Yeah, I was doing some changes there. So close that. So, cool. We have our artwork template. Well, yeah, component. We're going to bring that in. Import artwork from components. I think that's a keyword, and it's going to be artwork. View. And components. We want to make it available to itself. My mind has gone blank on that. I have a feeling that has failed. If I go over to the browser now, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to be like, nope, I don't know things, broken, or it's going to be like, oh, that's perfectly fine. Artwork is fine. We know it. I have a feeling it doesn't know what the artwork is. Yeah. So I'm just making. Oh, I used tilde instead. It doesn't understand that. Need to manually refresh that. Is it doing its thing? Yep, it's still loading. Are we? Yep. Nope. It didn't do it. They're 20 years away. Head scrambled. Hello, Selwyn. Yeah, this is what I do on my day to day. Try and make things work on code. To give you some context, this is a Tracklisted website, and you probably have to just kind of rewind the stream if you can to find out things. This is not a DJ stream. I will probably do a DJ set or something like that on another day, but I've not figured out what day. That'd be cool. But for now, I'm just trying to not struggle too much on making code work. And you caught me off guard there. It is the @handle. And I don't need to put in the .view apparently when looking at this is components header. But why are components? You should be working, but you're not. Component has been registered but not used. But I am using you. Again, awesome track. Is this it might have repeated. And if it has, I need to make up a playlist with a bit more music, maybe from Epidemic Sound. But this is what I can play and allow these streams for future reference to not get taken off the internet for copyright infringements. Let's go on to my other component and see. I have created the file and it exists, and I've created you. Have I referenced the file correctly? Let's go over to components view, artwork.view. It's still component. Anyone else in the chat know what's gone wrong here? Quick fix? Nope, don't want to disable that. Peak problem. The artwork component has... Oh, it's not been used on the page. Is that why it's complaining? So if I just go artwork and then throw in path there, I'll have component used. Yeah, that it's quieting down now. That's why it was complaining out. So there we go. We got our image in its space. I'm going to move that text to the right up one to the block, which is that right side. Remember, so we have our text, which is broken onto 2 lines. Then we got our image, which we're throwing in, and it should look like this. We've got the image space. Ooh, we've got some drop shadow on that as well, and the rounding colors. We'll throw that into the actual component, and then we've got this button, and that should make that nice stack. Of course, I'm not got an image to load in yet, and I want to get rid of that margin on right for all artwork. So large margin bottom 0. We shouldn't have any of that, and that should clean that up. Yeah, that looks good. So as I say, how my image processor works, if I throw in here images /episodes /74 746.jpg, reloading that page will load us up that artwork. Yes, that's what I wanted. Because all the artwork is saved on that, and it did take a moment because that image hasn't been loaded for quite a while, apparently, across the internet. So my CDN, Content Delivery Network, had to go to the file store, pull that image out of archive, then check the URL, see if, oh, you want to resize this image to what size? Oh, you don't? Do any image processing, optimize it, crush it down smaller in space on disk of data, and then send it out to the internet. So it wasn't instantaneous. It had to do some work on that image before displaying it. That's why it took a second or so to load. But now, reloading the page, it's instantaneous. I can load that image as much as I like because it's cached by a content delivery network for, I don't know, a couple of days, 30 days or so. So it saves having to do all that round trip. We can see if we open up this image in new tab, we can show the network what happens to it. Maybe it can. Oh, I can't. Maybe if I just grab this into a terminal and clear that curl with the show headers key, you can see that it's sent through like content type of WebP. We have a cache control of max age, which I think is 30 odd days, and it's a inline image, and it missed a particular cache for some reason. That might have been the Cloudflare cache that it missed, but it was a hit on a different cache. You can see here, this is a hit from the Edge Cloudflare cache, so it's been fine. While Cloudflare seeing the image for the very first time, it stored those headers, so it's thought that as a miss, but it's not had to go out to get that resource again because we told that instance to cache, so it's cached the missed version. Hard to really explain, but it works. It works, and I can refresh this page as much as I like, and it does things. And remember, as I say, that I can change the width. Width equals, say, 50. It's going to reprocess that. It was pretty quick, that, wasn't it? Reprocess it to 50, so I can manipulate this image server side and then send through the data, one kilobyte of data, saving like mobile phone usage and stuff. But for now, we're just sending through the big one, and now through the optimizations to those images, once I know the sizings are fine. So we're getting there. We got the artwork in. We want to add some padding to the top and bottom around that. So padding, margin, same thing, pretty much. So we can close down these sidebars and let's concentrate a little bit more on these. So we're looking at the margin below and the margin below the below this, because we want to add the same. So margin bottom, and I don't know, 2. Let's see what that looks like, and we'll do margin bottom that 2. And the syntaxy auto fixing, I want it to look a bit better. So let's go with that. That might be fine. If I just save, it'll rehash it like that. Okay, so it wants to do that. Refresh the page, and it did nothing. Have I got the right margin settings? Margin. Add vertical margin. MY? Oh, margin around all size. Negative margin. Margin MB. So what size do we have? We have 2. Let's try 6, which is rem is the relative element measurement, and it's relative to the very first instance of a font size, so 16 pixels on a screen. So each individual, you put your face right up to the screen, you'll see like little color things. Those are pixels, and we're counting 16 of those, and that's what makes 1 unit size. And we want the space to be like maybe half of one of those chunk sizes. So half of what this highlighted size is, we want between that. And looking at that, that's 2. But I don't feel, I want it a bit more airy than that. Unless our span is not taken into account margin bottom. It probably is not. So what I'm going to do now is change those to blocks, which a span is inline, so a span works side by side and it doesn't define a block above it. It's very bad explanation of it. While a block will push its space out further, put itself onto a new line and allow the margins to activate. Very bad explanation. Don't question me on that. But we might actually get those. There we go. We got our spacing back now. We got a bit too much spacing. Oh yeah, because now we have our line break in there. The reason why we're still using these spans is when the CSS doesn't load, I kind of want it to read new episodes selection track day. That works. And NBSP. What I'm doing here is adding a space, like a notable space in there, just so then when it is read, it forcefully puts the space in, so I don't have to worry about that there. And it didn't like that. Maybe I could get rid of that. I'll keep the space at the end, or I'll put the space there, because there's going to be like a space. You see that space there, that NBSB is that space there, which I wanted, instead of having it at the end of there. So then this line sits nice. You'll be able to see, if I hover over that, that's that line. That's the width of the content. That should be sitting central. 881 pixels wide, 686. Oh well, it'll do. I might even just get rid of this text right and, well, oh no, I needed text right anyway. I could have had this element, this whole block, just throw itself off to the side and sit over there, all neatly over there. Well, don't need to worry about too much about that. Semantics. Oh, we actually have more space than that. It's more airy. I like the airiness. So I want to add in. Maybe, let's go to 4 on that. Five, maybe? Is there anything which is going to negate? No, that's fine, and that's fine. It's thrown it in. Well, that one knows that this one pushes that down. Yeah, maybe I'm going to make that that text a little tiny bit bigger. Font size. Because I've got now beyond XL. Oh, it's 2XL. Let's go with 2XL. 2 extra large, please. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. That one's good. Can I add in that drop shadow? Is there a drop shadow for it? Drop. Oh, shadow, maybe? Box shadow. Box outer shadow. And I want it just to be subtle. Maybe like shadow small? Or shadow large. Let's go for shadow large on the artwork. Rounded. So we've got a rounded. It's subtly there. That's looking cool, isn't it? So, yep, happy with that. I've not yet designed the buttons. Well, played with a button yet. I like that. Am I able to log into this and grab that image, or I might even just go over to a icon store and get that icon? Because I think I might have. If I just click on this and log myself in, what do? I'm a software developer. Oh, it's already got an account, so just sign me in. It should have signed me in on the first attempt. Have I got access to that? Oh, open an editor. Oh, fun story. Figma, this tool is written in C++. All of it. The entirety of it is written in C++, and it uses WebAssembly to load it into the page. Well, that's what I've learned on the internet. I could be wrong. Maybe I am. But oh, it's got a React component to it. Unless it's rewritten in React. I learned somewhere someone was saying that the whole thing is a C++ application. Full screen root. Oh, we're deviating off the. Which one is this? I have a feeling that actually might land true. And some of these components are React configuring to that. Or not. Or not. This looks more like a full React application. I thought it was. Oh well. I guess things change over time. So forget that last thing. It's just your standard application, unless it compiled from C++ to CSS, HTML, and all that stuff. So this is just a union. Can I just grab that? Oh, here. And assets, images, providers. Nope. Icons. Let's create a folder. Icons. And we want in here play.svg. And what I usually like to do, but this looks pretty fine to me. What I usually do is use svg omg, which is a tool to minify SVG components, and you can't even see it on the page. I don't even think it's displayable. Oh, it is there, but when I remove some components from it, it disappears. And we've managed to drop the size 90-odd% by a few bytes, but it did something. So we improved. It doesn't even have a div box. You can probably get rid of remove view box. Do I need a view box? Let's have a little look. See. Try that again. I'll just click on this so I can hear. Can I use? Yeah, I can unplug that. Defs doesn't exist. And by the looks of it, we've got this same rule. All it's done is move them around. Oh wait, I think it might have redrawn it a little bit. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a redraw there, so we can actually get away with that. Saves a few bytes if it's simplified the icon. And we did the same with this selection icon and the providers icons. Now I need to remember, how did I bring those providers in? So we're going to jump on over to this component. Was it? No, it was artists. The thing with how this project was thinking, artist underscore a singular happens to be a track, and the artist index is the artist page. That's how I've orientated it. And we've got all these providers. Did I make some very clever SVG provider logo? Some interesting require to bring it into page and throw it in there. And for our index page, we'll just use the same sort of process, maybe, for our button. Maybe we can have a button, say play. This is a play button, isn't it? Because we are at this point here. We want this nice rounded, so class BG black rounded full. I think it might be rounded full, and it's play show. And it needs to be outside. And we want the text to be white. And padding all sides. We'll go with 8. We might need to put this. Oh wow, that's that's a bit much. I'm gonna put that back up here. And we need to do because you can see what happens in a second when I save that page. Did I save it? It's sitting here, and we want it to sit down here. So each one of these elements here, and we inspect that inside of this. We've escaped out of it. We want to bring that button inside of this component but have each one of these stack in the correct order. So we brought that back out there. We're going to turn it into a flex box so we have better control of the orientation. And we want it as a column. So flex column. And now with a refresh of that, it'll have them stacked. I need to have change that. Row. I get the columns and rows mixed up every so often. Or no. That's totally from me off. Is it col? Instead of column, is it just simply col? Yes. And now what it's done is each of the elements is just gone like whoop, made them wide. We want to get each one of those elements and just go, you go small, but also you go over here. So we've got to tell each of the items of justification, justify end. And it should have, unless it's using the items and probably spelled justify wrong. Justify. That did a thing. But why is the image? Justify items end. Might be that. Nope. That's really confused me how that's just decided to stick on out there like a sore thumb right in the middle. Even though like that's sitting fine. That's not. That's sitting fine. Why do you have to be so different? Items. Align items. I did the items end. Is there another alignment on the box? Align content? Content ends? Let's go like that. Oh, come on. Is it just like you throw in all these things and it's going to go like, nope, I don't care, I'm going to stick over here. Oh, come on. Fine. There's a way in how I can get around this. Even though I've gone for all the things. Because this is an image, and images act very weird sometimes. There's two ways I can go about this. I can tell this component itself, class, to be to force it by justify self to the end. My next debug around this would be to wrap that image in its own component and then tell it to go over here. Right, we're going for a bit more of a brute force approach to this. We've got to put it in its own box, and that box will squeak itself around it and then push it over there. So we can get rid of most of these very sad attempts for it. The box model is such a pain to work with very so often. It just decides to go like, no, I am going to do something which defies all the things which you want it to do and leave you there looking very weird on Twitch. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope. We got someone on Periscope. Hello, Periscope. So that's looking pretty cool. Even though my spacing on that, I want to fix that up. We want the y-axis. Y-axis? No, y-axis. I forget this every single time. It's dyslexia for you. The X and Y, I get them mixed up. Just like when I get 9s and 6s mixed up. or left and right mixed up. It's the daily struggle. Is it because of the self-center thing on the image? Oh, good. You nailed it. You nailed it. That self-center. That's a good spot, Matt. Let's see. You're good. Boom. Good spot, mate. That's a really good spot. So we had this image which was centering itself, but we don't. I think that's a bit too much control, which that image was doing. I don't know why I put it in there. Maybe it's for a different component. We took it out and it works, so we don't need to have this extra thing in there. Good spot. How do I just give you like a virtual high five? Like that. Awesome. And now we want to tell the button below it, or tell this class again. We want to put in that MB4, MB5 to boop. Yep, that's what we wanted. And just as I thought, I got these X's and Y's the opposite way around. Now that's looking like a button. That's looking really cool. And I want to make the font bold, semi. Let's go with semi. I think that's a bit. Is it semi-bold? Semi-bold. I might even go medium for the button. Ah, yeah, let's go semi-bold. That semi-bold. Hey guys, I got to thank you for like kind of co-piloting on the side and putting out things and helping me solve these issues, and joining on with the journey. Like, it's got to take a while. You can see that we're 2 hours in and we've got like one side of the thing done. Yeah, I thought I was gonna get much more done, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the end of this done, and then I'll jump back onto full cam, and we'll see what else. Because I'm pretty sure like it's getting on, isn't it? Also, that other stream might be on, so do check it out. Selection taking over Serato. I want to put in that image. How did I do the image before? On this one, we just brute force it in here. Yeah, we just went boop like that. There was a reason why I did it like this, and I don't like it at all. I really hate that, actually, because putting the SVGs in page for the providers caused big issues, because each SVG has indexes, identifiers all over the place, ID1, ID7, and they were playing and messing up with each other, causing the image to display very weird. So I wanted to avoid that. But because our icon is so small and simple, it can probably get rendered straight into page. And I've done that for this logo up here. So I need to find that component and see what I did. Because again, it's been a while. I've created a selection icon. Is it just inlined? I like that. I like that a lot. So we're gonna get the play icon, and it's in icons play. I don't know, play icon or icon play. When you're referencing we'll have a little play with that. And that's me doing that too quick. And then I can just go boop, icon play. And that's going to render that whole image in place if it's found. Like that. Massive, yes. How do I fix this? I can class and width 12 and make it small. Yeah, I'm getting there. Let's try half in that. On stream. That's looking okay, but now it's sitting above each other, so we want it to sit side by side. So in the button, again, we want it to just kind of flex itself. It's flex box all over the place. Flex, flex, and it's going to be a row, and that's going to boop it on its side like that. Yeah, cool. And we want to margin to the right of it. Is that my right? Yeah, that's right over there. And he's put like an icon right, left. And we want him to just give it a little bit on that side over there. I think that's a little bit too much. Let's dial that down to 2. That's looking pretty sweet. Let's jump back to the screen, and then see how this button fares with what we've got going on over here. Okay. I think, well, we can inspect the font sizes and see if they are matching. It might be. Computed. Let's go in here. That'll give us, because this is saying a font size of 18. So let's go all the way over font size 16. We could make it a bit bigger maybe. And we have a weight of, this is saying 500. This is a bit too heavy, so we can make that semi-bold to medium, soften it up a bit, I think, and give ourselves more space around, which I think is PX6. Yeah, let's go with PS6. PlayStation 6. It's coming out in many years to come. And medium. And do we... Font size was a bit too small, wasn't it? So we want to make the fonts, what's it, text large? I think I'm going to leave it there. Gonna text line, font size. No, there's no font size in there. Let's make sure I got the chat off in there. Self-centered on that. Either way, I'm experienced with that play show. I've not really thought about what to do when I click that. Whether we navigate to the show with a flag in the URL to automatically play, or start playing it while navigating at the same time. It's doable because we're using some client-side engine as well as some back-end. But I'm just going to keep it as a dead button for now, or a simple click through to the episode as well. I need to make this whole area, all of this like title and image clickable, so you can get in there. Big click areas, which should make sense. And I noticed we got our tracking on this title, new episode, new track list. Yeah, I'll track list. I want tracking wide EST, and it should give us a bit more width. That's the maximum we can go to without having to put in a custom one, and I'm okay with that. That looks good. The font spacing of the title looks good. The space in between it, spot on. The button is now looking weird. Because the button's central aligned to the image, while the everything else is like right aligned. Now, I've got a little bit of a problem which may happen now. Is I want to make sure that this sits within the grid there, but if I have a title which is longer, it's going to start pushing the element wider, and then that play show button might start drifting wider. The only other alternative, I could put some margin on the sides to fake it. I don't really like that. So, say for example, this text. Can I edit this text? If this was to be on multiple lines, I can edit my own text. So I've put in a few more things to simulate a worst case, and that's what happens. It pushes all the way over there. It's a very, very worst case scenario, but like the only alternative, I could maybe force this to be width 500 pixels, max width, whatever the width of the image is, 366 or 336, 3336. 336 pixels. Now that's put us in a space where the image, the width of that, and again, I think that looks okay when we count in it break onto multiple lines. So I'm gonna go with that. What do you guys think? You probably some will probably understand, some may not. Yeah, what we've done is made this whole column as to a fixed width. So then when we deal with this button, we can put the button in between that column, and it's not going to float over there. Actually, what I'll do, I'm going to put the button in place. I'm not going to make this width change, and I'll show you what happens when we do that. Just so right, this is how coding goes. And we want to justify self-center. Nope, that didn't do it. Did we even get that command come in? No, it didn't come in, did it? Justify. It might be a different command to trigger myself to go center. Self. Please justify self. Align self. Self-center. Self-center. Remember what we did that with the image? That'll do it. Because it did it on the image. You see that it's just floating in the middle of nowhere? The reason being is it's floating in the center of the box. But it's visually in the middle of nowhere. But it's in the middle of the box. And we want it to float in the middle of the image width. The max image width which we're going to define, which is 366. 336. 336. Well, for this image, for now. But as we're going on to responsive, we may want to change those options, and we may need to jiggle them around. But for now, we don't have a max width. We can deal with scale and then make the image scale with that. But I have no reference of what like max width large is. Let's give that a try anyway. Throw that in there. It's going to make this column, and the image might try and break out. Or is that too much? Is large too much? Let's bring this over here because I'm going to quickly, maybe medium or small. I can quickly make those changes here now. What? Are we even going to have to go down to extra small? Whoa, extra small. How about small? The thing, did you see what happened then? When we went to extra small, watch the image now, quickly. It's staying 100% height. We might not want that to happen. We still want it to be 100% width, but 100% height as well, and it's did we have min height? Oh, it's really struggling, isn't it? Can we get rid of like one or two of these and it did it think it fits within its space which we've defined. So we went with max extra small. We have to go over to artwork and get rid of the height definition. So it's going to always try and be a width definition, but it's going to ignore the height. So but the downside of that is if I get an image which is not perfectly square, it's going to look weird. But I can get around that because I control the image processor, so I can always tell the image to be of a square dimension. And I do have tags for that, so I'll put those in another time. But we just made that change. Save and save, and we can see now that is looking pretty sweet, huh? That's looking like the design. Well, we have the artwork, which is slightly different because one is taken from SoundCloud and the other one's taken from Apple Music. Sometimes I get them from different places, but that's looking pretty cool. So we're gonna concentrate our minds over here, and we have a font change, which is not something I usually do, but having a font change, like it has a different feel, and I like how that feels, how that word, the wording is coming across. Maybe I could have a few different statements which change over time. There was a big emphasis on the design of this first screen. I do have a lot of space for play on here, but I don't want to. I can go so many places with this, but I'm going to go with what the design it is, and then can then show Dorian. Forget how it's pronounced. Dorian. That sounds like a fruit. Oh, and by the way, it's the durian fruit you get from Malaysia. Unless it's like, do hit me up if I pronounce it wrong. If you listen or watching this stream in the time to come. But I'm also conscious that we've just hit our 2-hour mark. Congratulations to us. 2 hours of streaming, and I got a couple hours before. This is definitely new territory. I'm going to get this header piece done today and commit it, and then we'll be in a good place. And next stream, next time I start stream, which will probably next week, or I might do one in a few more days' time. So do check out the schedule. We'll continue on this home page view. But this last little bit should not really take too long. We want to start styling up this thing. We got like this font, but we want to make it big first. So text, I don't know, 5 extra large, please. Extra large those fries. Font family. Oh, ooh. Now we want the space in between it to be different. We want a serif. So font serif. And letter. It's not letter spacing, it's what is it? Font what's it in CSS? It's caught me off guard, that. The height, the letter, it's not letter space, because on this they decided to use tracking, which is a space in between that. There's a different one. I'm going to have to go over here. Font variant, font style. Nope. Line height. Line height. Yeah, line height. I want it snug. And see how that looks. Is that snug enough? Do we want it more snug than that? Yeah, we're gonna have to get really. We have to go from snug to tight. Wherever snug to tight. Let's go onto that. One more. Leading none. What do you guys think? Shall we go for none? Shall we just remove it completely and see how... Oh, that's a bit too tight. That's a bit too tight, isn't it? Well, we've got none, which is 1. Tight, which is 1.25. We're just going to have to go with 1.25. I think that's too tight, but that's fine. That one is very fine for me. The font isn't exactly. What font did I use? EB Gummod. I'm not using the exact same fonts because I'd have to import a whole different font set, and it adds on a performance issue. Well, not issue, but just for one font to have those letters brought in, it's not cost effective on the bandwidth. But I do think I'm already bringing in a font pack already. Or not. Probably not. Let's see if Google Fonts have that. They do. Can I use it in its form? And most question is, should I use it? Google Fonts do have a few. What is Georgia Times New Roman? Can I live with the Times New Roman, or do I really want it to look nice and? What do you think? Should I bring in that font, or should I keep with Times New Roman? I'll come back to that in a minute after the vote on in the chat comes out. If so, or I'll stick with it and then maybe revisit it at another time. I want to get this button set up. Class. And we're going to go to that. It's going to be like a sort of colour change, grey. And it's sort of 1. So it's just a colour change at the moment. And we're going font bold. Well, not bold. It's like kind of a semi. maybe medium, because it's 500, and we're going text gray 500. Let's see with that. It gives us a color. You know what? I can live with that. That's probably not exactly the same hex code. 626262 757575. It's not a million miles away. I might be able to change the digits, just like make it a little bit lighter, maybe 400, and get closer. 91. I'm okay with the 5. I want a bit of space in between the upper bit and the button. So we're going to do margin bottom. I'm going to go 4. We did 5 before, didn't we? Between the oh, that's a bit too much. Let's dial that back. Still, you know what? I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna leave it with that, and I'm gonna grab this icon and bring it into our application. So, gonna go over to images, icons, chevron, VG, and gonna bring that in right here. Icon, chevron. If I spell, is that a car company? Chevron? No, Chevron. That's I spelled it right. Sometimes my mind just goes like, you know what, Kyle? That is spelled wrong. And it just sets me right off. It's like, no, it's not. It's not spelled wrong. No, it is. Anyway. And so what we did with the other icon, we set a width 4. Let's make it a bit tight. Are you still icon chevron? Why did you not want to do the thing? Did I? Oh, it's because my mind realised I spelled that wrong, and later on it's like, there's something wrong here. There's definitely something wrong here. Cool. And let's make this back into Flexbox, so those things sit nicely next to each other. Flex, you know, row, and boom. And we want the items in the flex, instead of sitting at the top, we've got to bring them into the middle. So items center, because we're working with a row, it should be centerized. I keep getting them all mixed around, but that's exactly what we wanted. Now we want to add on a little tiny bit of margin to the icon. Let's go with that. So margin left, and what do we put on 2 with the play icon. So we've put on the same amount, and that looks really good to me. Of course, on a large screen like this, you've got all this space, and it wasn't really designed for that much space. I think it was designed for like this laptop size. So when we go to a full 4K screen like what I'm running, it may look a bit weird, a bit airy. But I don't know whether to restrict it to like that's a 2K screen, that's a 1080 laptop screen. That's a bit too tight. But if I restrict it to the 440 and then don't worry about the 4K, like the whole body of it just feels a bit too aired out. But I won't worry too much about that just now. I'm happy to have got that working, looking pretty good in in a couple hours. Of course, we did some admin work earlier on. How does it look on tablet? Was that meant to look like that? Have we refreshed this page? No, we've gone over to this page. Can I just come out of editing mode? I wanted to see. So that's how it's meant to look on a tablet. And if I jump over to the application as it is, it's not looking a million miles away. And if I drop it down to one more, that must be some variant of that page. This is now mobile view, a large mobile. Ooh, now we want to flip that orientation. We can do that very easily. So with Tailwinds, your default is mobile first, and then you change it for desktop. But we wanted to do desktop first. So I need to kind of reverse some of the engineering on here, where we have on this block, yeah, where this is a row, we want this as a column. And when we go to a large screen, flex row. So that's going to trigger off that as a default. It's going to be a column like that. And then as we grow in size, we might have put large too soon. Yeah, we want the tablet, so when we put in medium breakpoint, it'll sit them nice side to side. So now sitting on top of each other nicely, go to track list. Might even hide that button on mobile. It's not even displayed. Or give it some air. Yeah, it needs some air, doesn't it? So in order to give that some air, margin Y, let's go for 4. I think it's Y. See, again, I get them mixed up. Yeah, it's Y. And I want some air at the top as well. You see all of this space up here. I like having that air space. So when the application is actually can we put on show media queries, show ads? It sometimes adds on. Can we add on like an iPhone X? It sometimes puts on a wrapper, but it's not doing it. It's just doing the screen. That's a shame. But that's the full width of an iPhone X, the full height of it. Sorry, and a 6. That's your usual phone size. And maybe I like that you can see the episode number on that as a start, but the episode number will be displayed on the title as well. So I don't need to really worry too much about that. So I might be able to get away with pushing the artwork a bit further down. So maybe bottom 6, which will override that, and I want to make sure that I remove those. I want more. I want more of that. I want more space. Let's go for it. Now it's feeling like, should that text be center aligned, or do we tighten it in a little bit? Like even on a small mobile, it's quite tight. I might need to do a few, like a Pixel phone. Give it some more space on the side. Maybe we had a width of 84. Was it on the artwork? Yeah. And that will give us the same width, but we might just get away with just padding. Let's see. because that's stuff we put it in. We've not gone for padding. This one hasn't. But now when we, you know what, it's not done too much damage. Oh, that's not what we want. Maybe we want to add on some space to the side, so we want to add on padding to the horizontal X 4, and it's definitely going to add in that padding for us, but we'll have to take that away on our medium devices. Let's see what it looks like on a Pixel. Looking okay. Maybe I want some more. How it's looking on an iPhone 6. That's looking really good actually. I like that. Moto. I might. How many breakpoints do I have? Small, medium, and large. And I think if I really go with it, if I can probably get away with small text 5XL and drop that font size one nudge for that, for the very small devices. And when I get to the Pixel, do I get a bigger size? No, I didn't get a bigger size. Did I get that? Or is it going to poop on the size? There's a 4. And there's our media query sitting in there. So we don't get it until we get to tablet size. And I think that... What was it before? And also, how did... Well, we've not factored that into the design. When we go over to that, and then does it go bigger on... Yeah, we have 2 font size changes. So we actually might even get away with going medium. Or more? Large. That's looking alright for tablet. And then we go to a laptop size, we get bigger, and it looks good. Then when we're on tablet size, we do get the text breakdown, and I like that the sound of sound stays on one line until we get to a very small Moto G4, Galaxy S5, Pixels looking good, iPhone 5 not so good, but it's fine. iPhone 6 looking really good, iPhone 10 really good as well. iPad decent. He didn't like the orientation switch quick. You know what, I'm really happy with that. That looks really sweet. Maybe I get rid of those margins. So when we get to a medium, we just margin 0 all the things. It should bring our text down again. Boop. You see that? Wow, we retain it on our device of this nice airy space. Maybe that's go to track lists. I feel it might want to sit center. Text align center. Or justify content center. It's looking weird, isn't it? And if it's just going to scroll down to the page, down to the episodes page, or where is it going to go? I think I'll leave it where it is for now. I'll come back to that. Of course, leave some comments for how you think that should go. And yeah, I think we are looking really, really sweet on this. I'm really, really happy with the results which we've got here. On our homepage, we've got one nice hero did. We've gone through a whole bunch of different things with tailwinds. We've brought in our actual image, even though this button doesn't go anywhere yet. We brought in the title of the latest episode, and that will automatically update. We got our text statement in there, which is nice. The header and stuff. I'm really, really happy with this. This is really good progress for this week. 2.5 hours. I'm gonna leave it here, and yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. Let's go ahead and do a commit. Close down the server. May as well get in a git tower, and let's open up this and see what we actually did quickly as well. I don't remember doing that. But that, oh, that's just, yeah, we need that. I don't remember those. I do remember this. This is what we worked on today. This is our index. Don't remember that. Don't remember that. Change the content of that. We added that. We added some icons. What did we do with this? Oh, that's just some test content. Yeah, we'll add in that, because it's just at this point here no, we won't add in that. We'll keep this commit nice and tidy. We'll go with our sparkles, which is new, and we'll go in home page hero implemented. I'm pretty sure I spelled that right. I'm not going to add on anything more to that. Boop. Commit that, and we'll push that up to our repository. There's other bits of work here. I don't some of it I was probably playing around with. I'll probably clear those off, including these, reset those. But that's how we close off a bit of work. We commit it, we push up the server. It's now backed up. So if my computer decides to go on fire, because it likes to burn up on the CPU a lot. Well, yeah, if we have a disaster, our code is in the server, in the cloud, so we can pull back and we've not missed 2.5 hours of our life having to redo that work. I'd probably be mortalized if I had to redo everything on this machine. But yeah, really, really happy with that. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to let you guys get on with your busy days. Maybe you've learned something, maybe you've not. And if you like this, of course, throw a like on the YouTube video, and follow the Twitch if you want to get notified when I next do this. I'm probably going to do this on a weekly basis because it just feels pretty cool to do it. On Wednesdays, I got it scheduled in. Wednesdays from 6 in the UK and whatever time it is in your local area. And you can see that we've got a lot of work to do. It's been really fun. I'm going to leave it here. Oh, low disk space. I'll have to fix that. Thank you very much again. I'll see you very soon. Maybe I should copy the audio. Copy. I should have fixed this one.